I made a very long video, like 8 minutes, where I talk about my project, but I deleted it because instead of x and y squared, I wrote femur and tibia here, which would be very confusing. So, in this little diagram, x and y make a right triangle, or a 90-degree angle in this triangle, which allows you to use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out the length of this distance between the foot and the hip of the leg, two parts, femur and tibia. Then, once you have all three sides of this triangle, you can calculate the angles of this triangle, the knee angle, and half, or anyways, one part of the B angle. The other part of the B angle, you calculate this angle between L and the Y measurement length. And you have this X measurement, so you just do the same thing, and you calculate the three sides to find this angle, and then you add B1 and B2 to get B, which is what this part of the equation is right here. So, it would be irresponsible for me to put up the wrong wording up here, because it's already bad enough that nobody describes how to code this equation in Arduino programming, because this is the fundamental base equation, and I can't seem to figure it out. So here's my legs, and I always revert back to this, where I can drive them this way. Here, this leg goes crazy. And this rig right now has these two potentiometers. Each of them is hooked up to an individual servo. And then actually, I can open the serial read monitor for this. And I can see the servo angles. So if I modify one, you can see that the servo angle changes. So, I want to use the same hardware setup to change the X and Y axis of the foot point. And then the Arduino will receive a voltage reading, which it will map to a 0 to 100, or to an XY coordinate range. Which I haven't figured out the XY coordinates that this foot can possibly occupy to set the values of those ranges. But I don't need to do that yet, because in the code I can enter an XY coordinate and just use that entry to see the foot move to different places when I upload a new program. So here's my code that you can see, where this is how I tried to type the code. But if I upload this code, which I will attempt to do here, then my servos 0. Both of those servos just tried to go as close as they could to 0. And that equation, it should not read 0, 0 for the two angles. So then I re-upload my other sample once again, and there you saw my crazy foot. It's crazy. I think that servo is broken. And I'm posting this code example to Arduino's forum to see if somebody has some answers for me.